Greetings, I'm KatherineOfSky and welcome to another Factorio tutorial. Today we're looking at parameterized blueprints. In particular, I was going to make a set of blueprints for all of these different kinds of modules because you need quite a lot of them, and with EM plants you get this 50% production bonus or productivity bonus. And I thought, well, instead of doing all of them all of the way, like every single quality, why not just make a parameterized one? So let me talk you through what we have going on here. We have 3 different machines here, and each of them makes with quality 2 and 2 efficiency modules. So this is kind of like mid-level factory kind of thing. You can put whatever modules you want, though you don't want to mix speed with quality. So what we're going to do is each of these boxes needs to read the ingredients, and then we're also requesting kind of different stuff here. And so let's talk through this whole thing. And it's going to be in this format where we do module 1, 2, and 3. Except instead of normal quality, we're going to do like the uncommon, I was going to say abnormal, uncommon quality. All right, so let's start setting up our machines. This one is set to read ingredients. So that way this box will get all of the requests. You can, if you're a programmer hardcore, you can start your index at 0, but I'm going to follow 1, 2, and 3 to match the pips on the different modules. So let's do module 1, and that's going to match this one. Okay, and so we have the read ingredients. Perfect. Now we go methodically upward to do each different thing. Here, I had already set it. 1 less than 100. That means I only want 100 in that box maximum. Now the box itself, we want to set the requests here, but then we need to connect it to this machine because this is going to be requesting stuff here. Now you can also add another section here and say, I do want to request number 1 and 50 of those, just to get some, if you have recycled some buildings and stuff like that, just to get those in that box so you don't make more but are actually recycling. And this inserter is also going to do kind of the same thing. We're going to get module 1s, and we want to have at least 50 in the box before we put them in the next machine. And the reason for that is, like, sometimes you have on a space platform requesting only module 1s. You don't want 3s, you just want 1s. And it takes 50 to go up in the rocket. So leave at least 50 in that box. All right, so now we move on to the second machine. This is going to be number 2. It's going to be making the number 2 modules as up here. Okay, and again, we need to do read ingredients. That's what we want. Read ingredients, number 2. And then, again, go up methodically. Make sure you check every single inserter here. So here we're going to want a few more because usually you're going to want level 2 modules more than level 1s. So we're going to do 2. And again, you don't need to set the quality here because that doesn't matter when you actually paste in the blueprint. And I can show you an example of that. Okay, so here we go. We want 250 in the box. Here we're going to say set requests. Now the requests are going to be set from the next machine. So that's going to be hooked into here. Okay, and then again, we'll add a section here. We'll say we're going to get number 2s and 50 of those. Okay, and that's all for this box. And then this thing is going to be, again, number 2s. We want more than 50 in the box before we turn it into the number 3 module maker. Of course, this is the ultimate module maker. We do need to read the ingredients because we hooked it to the box. Remember to request. And then our final inserter here is number 3 here with no need to put that quality on there. And I'm just saying 250 in that box. You can change the numbers all you want. And that is where you have your finished blueprint. Now, the funny thing about these blueprints is that you can only have these on the ground and change their values here. Once you blueprint it and use it as a blueprint, you can no longer do that. So let's do that. And instead of quality, let's try productivity. So we're going to change parameter 1. Remember, matching the pips. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So now when we build this, we can look at the machines and see exactly what's happening here. This thing is requesting circuits. Perfect. This thing is talking about these. And then these are requesting all of the things. And that's the same as we go on up in these different items here. Now, the way to make it a different quality is to get your blueprint and paste it down again. And instead of choosing regular ones, we're going to choose uncommon quality. I mean, you can choose whatever you want. That is the point of this blueprint, to make it easier to just click these things in and get this stuff there. Okay, so there we go. Back to the other mode. And here we have these. And now it's going to request the ingredients for that new quality that we just put in there and change all of these icons into the new quality. And now I wanted to show you the other thing that one can do is if we put down an EM plant and say we do parameter 1 and we do rare quality, because we haven't used that before. Okay. And when we copy this and place it down, it's asking for parameter 1. So remember, we had this uncommon quality thing. If we decide to just choose a thing, it will make it that thing with no quality. And yeah, make sure you put in some lights and things before you put it in your blueprint book, so you have a nice lighted area where you can have all of your fun stuff. So when you also look at this blueprint, you can change the parameters. There's all kinds of things where you can add these values, ingredients, do all kinds of fancy stuff. But I wanted this to be a very accessible tutorial that anybody can make. And it's also quite useful because I think all of us are going to want different qualities of modules and to be able to do that. Now, one thing you can do with this kind of thing and where it does save is when you have multiple qualities within the same blueprint. So if you make a whole row of these with different qualities, and if you copy them and then paste them down again, so we have all of these parameter 1 in different qualities, and then we say choose speed modules, it changes them into all speed modules of the same kind, but different qualities. It's a little bit confusing that way, that if you only have one quality, it doesn't do that, but when you have multiple qualities, it will. So what you can do is, to save yourself some time, put in a whole row of these things. I guess you would want like 4 or 5, depending on if you want to include normal or not. Have a whole row and then paste them down. In fact, let's go ahead and do that right now. In fact, maybe what we do is a little bit of a different copy here. Let's see, can we do it this way? We have to do parameter 1, 2, and 3. Maybe this is the way it has to be done. Because of all the connections and wiring, I think it's actually easier just to do it this way. And through the magic of editing, they are all here now. I do want to add a couple of lights here because lights always kind of look nicer. We'll just add one there, 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 and there. Seems good. And now we have an entire array of these things. So we've expanded our one section to a huge number of sections. Now, I don't advise putting these down all at once because this is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3. This is 15 machines. And depending on your production of EM plants, that could be a heck of a lot. But then when you place it down, it could be, let's find it. Parameter 1, let's do efficiency. We haven't done that before. 2 is efficiency. 3 is efficiency 3. And it doesn't allow you to put in quality because we've already put that in. And there we go. 1, 2, 3. 3, 3, 3, 3. All of the things are correct. We're requesting all of the right things here. Okay, now that they're all there, they will request all of the correct things. You can see they're requesting circuits of the correct qualities and all of the things and all of the stuff. So that is how to use parameterized blueprints to make qualities of different things. You can expand it as much or as little as you like. So I hope you have fun with this. Thank you again for joining me. So remember, if you're shopping for games, remember to check out my link below for Fanatical. They have really great sales on games, and I get a tiny percentage of the selling price, and it doesn't cost you a thing. So that helps support me. If you are interested in any new games, older games, they have all the games. So thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.